A woman who's lived for 900 years goes to school for the first time, but she forgot to change into a school uniform, instantly becoming the center of attention. The first thing she does at school is befriend a girl named Li Dan.
반가워. 앞으로 잘 지내보자.
But her way of interacting is strange. She just keeps staring at Li Dan, staring so intently that Li Dan feels uncomfortable. In the distance, there's another person, also staring at Li Dan, and that's exactly why. Gumiho, who lives with Li Dan, when he hears his companion, the female fox, say she wants to go to school, he immediately agrees to help arrange it. But being foxes themselves, the female fox naturally knows what's on Gumiho's mind, because Li Dan got all dressed up yesterday. She said she'd be home late because she had a date.
그래요. 너무 늦지는 말고요.
네. 다녀오겠습니다.
Gumiho acted like he didn't care, but once Li Dan left, Gumiho's heart seemed to leave with her. On the female fox's first day of school, the professor assigns a practical project, working in pairs, complete a dating assignment over the weekend, then each write a report about the experience. The professor says the team assignments are already prepared. Jin's eyes widen. What an unfamiliar name. Must be a new student. The female fox greets him warmly. Then it's Li Dan's turn to be shocked. She's been paired with the senior. She feels completely doomed, but the senior is thrilled when he sees this. This is so lucky. Early the next morning, Li Dan suddenly feels stomach discomfort. She checks her phone and realizes she's on her period. So she tells Gumiho she's feeling weak all over today and needs to go back to her room. Gumiho asks her what's wrong. Is she sick? Li Dan doesn't bother explaining. She just goes straight to her room to rest. Then Gumiho spends all morning staring at a book, but hasn't actually turned a single page. He keeps checking the time. Finally unable to hold back, he runs to her door, asking if she's feeling better. Should he go get some medicine? Li Dan responds weakly. Gumiho panics. Does she have a high fever? Li Dan rolls her eyes at him. You don't need medicine for your period. Gumiho seems to understand now, then quickly leaves the house. He prepares a whole table full of food. This strategy seems to work. With food, Li Dan's stomach feels much better, but it's only temporary. Waking up early the next morning, she thinks to herself that her period won't just disappear. She'll be in pain for a few more days. She suddenly realizes that dealing with her period and running into the senior who was born in the year of the tiger, that would definitely be a disaster. And of course today is Sunday. No way around it. The professor's dating assignment needs to be completed. Gumiho asks where she's going. Li Dan says helplessly, she has to do the dating project with the senior who was born in the year of the tiger. Seeing how weak Li Dan is, Gumiho suddenly feels reluctant to let her go. He stops Li Dan, saying he has an idea. So you don't have to go yourself. Li Dan asks if this is really okay. Gumiho transforms into Li Dan's appearance. He tells Li Dan not to worry. He'll go on the date for her. She should just rest at home. But while he can copy the appearance, he can't fake the personality. By this time, the senior has already been waiting for half an hour. Fake Li Dan arrives right on time for the date.
왔어?
안녕하세요.
뭐지? 오늘따라
Like any other couple, the first thing they do is get something to eat, but Gumiho's natural behavior is extremely polite. This action is increasingly confusing to the senior, even though being polite and elegant is nice. This just isn't the type I'm into. Meanwhile, the female fox and Jin are heading to the movie theater to complete their dating assignment. Li Dan and the senior happen to also be at the theater entrance. When Jin sees Li Dan, he's super excited and starts patting Li Dan on the head, but the female fox in the distance immediately sees through it. This Li Dan isn't the real Li Dan. Gumiho has lived for 600 years. This is probably the first time he's ever been treated like this. The female fox next to him is just enjoying the show.